Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Venerable Theros, our committee members, invitees, Dhamma friends, both in Sri Lanka and abroad, let me welcome you to this Esala Full Moon Poya Day Dhamma program. And this is a program that we are conducting monthly. And I'm very happy that on this Esala Full Moon Poya Day, you have all accepted our invitation and attending this Dhamma program. Now, Esala Full Moon Poya Day is of significance to all our Buddhists, both in Sri Lanka and overseas, as it signifies some important events in the life of Buddha. Some of them I just want to give a notice. Uh, just 1 minute. I think there is yeah, some of the important matters, of course, is uh, the Bodhisattva as a prince was conceived by Queen Mahamaya, which happened on Asalapoya Day. I think the most significant, of course, is the Supreme Buddha proclaimed the first discourse, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and the wheel of the Dhamma was set in motion. I think this was to the Pasvaga Tausa, but who were there to listen to the first discourse, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. And I think for all of us, of great importance is the Vaspinkama, the observance of Vas by the Mahasangha during the rainy season. I think many of you would have attended your temples to observe the Vas Pinkama. In fact, I was also there and just came back. So these are two events which are really of great significance. There are many more, but everyone, most of them who have observed still during this period, and also the uh, the others who are there from local and overseas who are attending our Dhamma program. So today our topic is on Samatha, Vipassana, and the four sublime abodes, understanding their different roles. So we have a very eminent and erudite Buddhist monk who would be with us, who is with us today, Bhante Susila, who will be conducting this Dhamma program. I must thank our committee member Senaka Samarasinghe for putting us in touch with Bhante Susila. And I know that Bhante Susila was quite busy, but Bhante Susila kindly consented to conduct this Dhamma program today for us. Bhante Susila is the spiritual director and the president of the Canada Mindfulness Meditation Institute. So I have, with respect, I would like to invite Bhante to first to deliver Pansil and thereafter to deliver the Dhamma talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Please recite Namo Tassa to observe the precepts.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sangham Saranang Gacchami.
Dutiyang pi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Dutiyang pi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tutyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Panātipātā vēramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Panātipātā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Adinādāna vēramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Adinādāna viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Kāme sumiච්ඡාචාරා vēramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Sāvādā vēramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Sāvādā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
Sūrāmērē majjapamādatthānā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
තිසරණේන සද්ධින් පංචසීලං ධම්මං සාදුකං සුරක්ඛිතං කତ୍වා අප්පමාදේන සම්පාදේ තබ්බං.
Ambante sācāpsa.
समन्ता चक्रवालेषु अत्रा गच्छन्तु देवता सद्धम्मं मुनिराजस्य सुनन्तु सग्गमोक्खदं धम्मස්සවන कालो अयं भदन्ता धम्मස්සවන कालो अयं भदन्ता धम्मස්සවන कालो अयं भदन्ता. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. සාදු සාදු සාදු.
Sāma.
Dear Dhamma friends, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, those who are connecting from different regions in the world. Today is July 29th to Canada and for some of the countries as well. And it is July full moon day, Esala full moon day for all Buddhists. And those who celebrate the Buddha's life. And this is the time that the Bodhisattva had conceived to Mahamaya's to Mahamaya and to King Suddhodha. And the other significant thing is on this day was that the Lord Buddha delivered his first sermon to the world at Varanasi. Plus, all full ordained monks and nuns are required to observe rains retreat starting from July full moon till October full moon. And now we all are here to listen to some important Dhamma which we can practically apply to our daily spiritual journey, and also it is a way to review our practice. So when we talk about application of Dhamma, it's quite different from our daily activities, because nowadays people have two sides of Dhamma practice. Basically, it's a lifestyle. So sometimes people say that we have a regular lifestyle and then we have a spiritual lifestyle. Having a regular or a daily life or secular lifestyle doesn't mean that we are not able to, or we are not capable of, or we are not suitable of applying spirituality into the secularity. To make things easier, we had separated them out, and then we think spending time in the secular life and then maybe having kind of part times for the spirituality is a way to maintain the both. But in my understanding, the secular lifestyle, the regular lifestyle, should be cherished by the spirituality, developed by the spirituality. In that sense, we can't stay away from the spirituality at any time, because being spiritual or being religious means we have more solutions for our daily matters. So that's why it's been said that we can't separate the spirituality and the secularity. The today's topic helps us to understand where we have to take ourselves in the spirituality with this meditation practice and the other general activities. I know many of you have had experiences about the meditation, and then you have a daily routine with your Buddhist activities, and we all are tend to practice somewhat in our life. So therefore, I thought that I should share this Dhamma, and then you can experience it in your day-to-day life. So let me share my screen here, and then you can see what I'm going to discuss today. So the teaching that I have selected here, it's come in the numerical discourses, the books of force, and there are a series of sutras talk about different type of persons. And today I'm going to focus on that four type of persons who practices loving kindness, compassion, and altruistic joy, and equanimity. So we'll see how we can go through this information and then how to understand it and apply it in our daily life. So the Buddha has delivered and shared a few important information of these practitioners. Like, if I try to generalize it, simplify it, that we have two meditation streams, which is samatha and vipassana. And sometimes I've heard from different practitioners that they talk about samatha and vipassana, but they don't know how to sort it out. They don't have any idea how to sort out those two streams properly and accordingly, because they think vipassana is something else and samatha is a different thing. Topic wise, yes. But when we come to a different topics of samatha, like breathing meditation, anapanasati, loving kindness, or metta bhavana, karuna bhavana, and those reflection meditation and so forth, each and every meditation techniques method has two sides to practice, which is samatha and vipassana. All of the meditation methods has samatha and vipassana aspects. But if we focus only samatha, then we never see vipassana side of it. And when we see samatha, vipassana, we never see samatha. So one day, the Buddha was describing those experiences to the congregation, and then I'm going to read this discourse. Then those who can't see the screen, then they can just listen and hear it. What I say here, Buddha says, Bhikkhus, there are these four kinds of persons found existing in the world. What for? Here, bhikkhus, some person dwells pervading one quarter with a mind imbued with loving kindness. Likewise, the second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Thus, above, below, across, and everywhere, and to all as to himself. He dwells pervading the entire world with a mind imbued with loving kindness. Vast, exalted, measureless, without enmity, without ill will. He relishes it, desires it, and finds satisfaction in it. If he is firm in it, focused on it, often dwells in it, and has not lost it when he dies, he is reborn in companionship with the Devas of Brahma's company. The lifespan of Devas of Brahma's company is an eon. The worldling remains there all his life. And when he has completed the entire lifespan of those Devas, he goes to hell, to the animal realm, or to the sphere of afflicted spirits. But the Blessed One's disciple remains there all his life, and when he has completed the entire lifespan of those devas, he attains final Nibbana in that very same state of existence. This is the distinction, the disparity, the difference between the instructed noble disciple and the uninstructed worldling. That is, when there is future destination and rebirth. So this is what I wanted to emphasize here. See, these two types of people who practice meditation. See, the person practices loving kindness, metta, and the first person is attached to his outcome. Is attached to his outcome, and he enjoys it, is being satisfied with it, and he desiring it, and he immersed with it, and simply that is his life. That means the person completely clings to this samadhi, samatha samadhi, and he never thinks about the opposite of it, and he doesn't want to move. He just stays where is he at the moment. And then hereafter, he is about to born in the Brahma realm, but he's not free from suffering. He's not free from samsara. He's not free from dukkha. And after spending his life there, there are more possibilities that he can come back to the human world, but there are more chances that he can end up in the unhappy destination or the lower realms. Simply we call hell. And that because he was attached to the samadhi, which is generated from loving kindness, but he saw into it, but he did not see beyond it, further it. So then he just lived with it and passed away, and then now he is in the Brahma realm. So the end of his life, then he will return to the maybe human planet or maybe the other lower realm. There are more possibilities, the potentials. So then that person described as an uninstructed worldly person. That means he has no noble research. He has no any noble companionship. What he does is he just goes through this fundamental or basic levels of practice. Then what happens with the other person, the second one? Buddha says, the instructed noble disciple, he practices and he goes to the Brahma realm, and then he finishes his journey while being in the Brahma realms. Why? That because, so what is the distinction? What is the difference between these two people? The first one completely attached and clung to the samadhi. The second one is not. Why? He practices samadhi, though he is practicing vipassana as well. Vipassana is the only way to cut off the samsara. Samatha is a way to get into the samsara, but in a comfortable way. But vipassana is the only way that we can get out of the samsara, remove or completely eradicate of this dukkha, suffering. So therefore, it is important to practice samatha and vipassana both. It is not a must to practice samatha, but it is a must to apply vipassana if anyone is willing to overcome the samsaric cycle. And another additional information for samatha and vipassana is that samatha is a way to make a comfortable journey, to make things easier. And the vipassana is to uproot the roots, the cause, the origin. And there we need yoniso manasikara. Mostly, those who only practice samatha, maybe they are not aware of that yoniso manasikara. Why? Yoniso manasikara is the way to uproot or uplift our defilements. And vipassana helps to realize and understand, and it provides the accurate direction where we have to work on to overcome the samsara. So in that sense, loving kindness meditation has two sides of it, two aspects, which is samatha and vipassana. Those who practice loving kindness, I highly encourage and suggest them, don't forget about vipassana side also. And you may have some concerns how we apply vipassana into loving kindness practice. There are many hundreds of thousands of samatha techniques, but the vipassana is very simple. Plus, it's deep. Vipassana doesn't have different shapes. Vipassana is a common practice which is applicable for any samatha technique. So therefore, if you are aware of that, samatha is a way to collect or recollect and find the stillness of a person, of the mind. And the vipassana is to make the steadiness of the path and to see the origin and to remove all the particles, including all the roots of the journey. So basically, the application of vipassana is only for the wise, because vipassana brings the wisdom. Vipassana is the only way to achieve the wisdom. That's why once Buddha said that Panyavato ayang dhammo, nayang dhammo duppanyas. This Dhamma is only for the wise, not for the unwise. Why? This Dhamma is leading to the Nibbana, and this provides the wisdom, and this brings wisdom, and who understands it, that is only the wise, not by the unwise. So therefore, those who practice samatha and vipassana both, definitely they increase their wisdom, their vision, and their way of analyzing things, and their way of understanding things is different from the worldling. So the vipassana is to apply and realize the three characteristics: anicca, dukkha, anatta. So why we use these three characteristics? So anicca, dukkha, anatta, though we practice loving kindness, still we generate and create five aggregates. Then these five aggregates are the cause of the suffering. If you remember, when Buddha delivered the first sermon, when he described the dukkha, suffering, and end of that, summarizingly, he said, overall, what is dukkha is clinging to five aggregates. And then if someone works on and practices to understand and not to cling to the aggregates, that means the vipassana. And if the person practices vipassana, that means that person applies three characteristics to uproot clinging to aggregates, or to remove the aggregates, to understand the aggregates. And those who do not practice three characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta, we can't say they practice vipassana. Sometimes I know some people exaggerate. Oh, I do practice vipassana, but they never know what is actual vipassana is. Sometimes they think, oh, just going through the bodily sensation and just focusing on them and just trying to remove them is vipassana. For me, it's part of samatha. But vipassana is a completely opposite of it. And if someone practices vipassana, the person must have the understanding of three characteristics and the five aggregates. Why? Five aggregates are the reason for all the suffering. Clinging to aggregates are the all suffering. And then those who do not understand it properly, there's no such vipassana. And when someone practices loving kindness as a samatha practice, and then if that person wants to convert that into vipassana or apply vipassana into loving kindness meditation, that means that person is willing to understand the aggregates. Also, that person will not cling to the samadhi, samatha samadhi. That is the difference between these two people. And also, loving kindness is a great practice that we can apply for everywhere and for anyone. Simply, it's a common practice. Sometimes we say, oh, it's a Buddhist practice. No, I don't say that because it's just a human practice. It's a quality of living. Loving kindness means it's a quality of living. And those who practices loving kindness, they should be able to understand everyone's life. Most importantly, everyone has a value of their life. Plus, those who apply vipassana and they might have the more wisdom through loving kindness, and then they might be the most loving people in the world. Why? They are loving kindness based on wisdom. The loving kindness without wisdom can be troublesome too, because that can lead to a different direction. But with the wisdom is more safe and more stable. And the person stabilizing him or herself, and then they are cutting through the samsaric cycle as well. And then I would move to the next one. It's actually the content is similar. So the second person practices karuna, compassion, in the same manner. So he practices compassion, karuna bhavana, compassion meditation, and he dwells with it. He enjoys it, and he accompanying the compassion, and he's being more compassionate, and he makes his life on it. Hereafter, he also will reborn in the Brahma realm, though he is not overcoming his samsara, that because of the clingingness to the outcome. I know when I had several conversations with several people about meditation, many of them know only metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation. None of them practice karuna bhavana. And loving kindness is the famous one. The other practices are not that famous. But the karuna bhavana has a different quality. And that brings more humanity and more sympathy to the life. And those who practice compassion, karuna bhavana, and they can also gain samatha outcome, concentration, samadhi. Once they are in samadhi, or once they are fulfilled their samadhi, they must seeing through it and apply vipassana. In that sense, the person can overcome the samsara by applying compassion meditation or karuna bhavana as well. And then the karuna bhavana brings more sympathy and kind-heartedness, light-heartedness, and more caring to a person. Those who practice karuna. And karuna means this is not from the Buddha, but it's something from the commentaries. Paradukke sati sadhunang hadaya kampanang karoti iti karuna. Paradukke, when others are suffering, when others are suffering, if we feel the same way, if we feel that suffering as mine or me, or that I'm having that suffering, same suffering, it's like it's kind of we share it. It's simply mentally though. And then we feel it and we sympathize for it. That means karuna. And we feel others suffering and we understand their suffering. Actually, it is not only about us, only about them, it's about us as well. Because I should be more compassionate to myself as well. Those who are not compassionate to oneself, I don't think that they are compassionate for others. Because this practice always starts from oneself, from my side, from yourself. And then we have to apply it to others and radiate it to others. So do practice karuna and don't forget about vipassana as well. If you have more questions, then we can discuss them later. And then the third person is the one who practices mudita bhavana. So mudita, what is mudita? Mudita means altruistic joy, or sometimes we say sympathetic joy as well, but I prefer to use altruism. Altruism means that not being jealousy, and it's a part of appreciation because we appreciate what I have, we appreciate what others have, and we wish everyone to have their own way, and we accept what others have. We are not being jealousy. And then that we call mudita. And it is a way to bring my own joyfulness, happiness, that I appreciate what I have, I accept and appreciate what others have. Sometimes I would like to bring some extra information on this so that when we talk about and when we meet, when we discuss some matters of people, I mean personals, and then most of the people do not appreciate what they have. So basically I ask, do you appreciate your eyes? They never think about it. Among the blind people, shouldn't we appreciate our eyes, the ability of seeing? Among deaf people, shouldn't we appreciate our ears, ability of hearing? Among the many differently able people, I prefer to say differently able rather than saying disabled. People are able differently. So then aren't we lucky, and then shouldn't we appreciate what we have? Shouldn't we appreciate our parents? Shouldn't we appreciate my wisdom? Shouldn't we appreciate our knowledge? Shouldn't we appreciate our surrounding, what we have, a comfortable lifestyle? as a monastic or a layperson, doesn't matter. Why? Those who cannot appreciate oneself, there's no appreciation for others. And we must be able to understand what I have and then appreciate others as well. So, appreciative joy or altruistic joy is means that not being jealous. And then that how that becomes a meditation. Sometimes we do not sit and practice as a meditation, but we can do it. There's a way to do it. And also, there's a way to see and apply vipassana as well. So, mudita bhavana, starting from yourself towards others. And then the fourth one is the person, and the practice is equanimity, upekha. So, what is upekha? Upekha is balancing oneself or being equipoised. Equipoising oneself is a way to realize the way of samsara and the way of the journey of the life. Sometimes I know many people, many practitioners tend to apply many techniques, but there's no balance. There's no moderation. And sometimes even meditators do not know how to sort out their lives. And they can't have a balance of their life. Some of the practitioners' lives are really unbalanced. Sometimes when they practice meditation, they lose their secular life. And when they are into the secular life, and then they lose the spirituality. So these both should be balanced. Otherwise, there's no such realization. Some may think, oh, it's enough to do dana, offerings. And some may think observing sila on full moons would be enough. Some thinks that meditation is enough, no need the others. But the path is always being balanced. So why Buddha taught dana, sila, bhavana gradually? If I want to pull legs, and if I want to just get only what I want, which is incorrect because we can't practice the path that way. So Buddha had laid out the path accordingly, gradually. Then we should be able to practice it as he advised. So therefore, equanimity or balance or upekha is a way to directly understand vipassana. Actually, when someone balances oneself, that means the vipassana is there, and they practice and they apply vipassana. Those who do not know vipassana, that means they don't have upekha as well. Those who know upekha, there's vipassana. And so these four sublime states, sublime practices, bring more clarity to the journey. And please do not try to satisfy yourself with only applying samatha part of it. Definitely we need to apply and get into the vipassana side as well. And then samatha and vipassana together will bring us to the destination. So that's how it's been said. And now it is time to open for the Q&A. And so from there, then we will get some more information.
Thank you very much, Bante. I think Bante has gone through some very important areas which were discussed on the samatha and vipassana, and also the importance of vipassana or wisdom. I think that's something that Bhante has brought to our notice, and also that those who are doing the meditation as to how best they can make use of it in the practical sense. I think that's something that is of great importance. We can also have, if you can kindly send any questions you have on the Q&A, that will be useful so that then we can consider what has been said. Now, the areas of the karuna compassion, then also the karuna bhavana, and also the equanimity, which Bante has explained in detail. Because as I maybe in the introduction, I said that Bante is really someone who's been really involved in meditation, because Bante, of course, is our own Sri Lankan Buddhist monk, and of course, we are trained in Theravada Buddhist tradition. But currently, as the president of the Canada Mindfulness and Meditation Institute, Bante has been doing quite a lot of work. So I think the experience obtained from these areas by conducting these mindfulness sessions, the meditation retreats, and personal spiritual guidance sessions for families, and a series of meditation sessions at libraries across Alberta, Canada. So Bante's foreign experience and exposure, I think, will be very useful to all of us. So I would like maybe to get a few questions, and we have some of who members who are here. Can I ask our committee member Senaka? I think Senaka is very well aware of the great work that has been done by Bante. So, Senaka, can you maybe, if you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to take it up at this time. You have to unmute Senaka.
Respected Venerable Sir, thank you very much for conducting the sermon for us. Actually, Professor Lakshman, whatever had sent an invitation to our monk there in Winnipeg. Anyhow, at that time, this Balangoda Sukhatisiri Thera was very busy at that time. So I managed to arrange Susila Thera for this sermon. And at the same time, Samatha and Vipassana, in fact, we discussed Chandani about a couple of days ago with another friend of us. And today he cleared everything that we discussed about a couple of days ago. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senaka. Udaya Ganepula, who's in the States, you like to make any comments, Udaya?
Yes, thank you, Bante, first for the very illustrative sermon. I have to understand the term upeka, not upeka, the equanimity, which is a little difficult for me to grasp the complete. Is the word selflessness will explain the word equanimity or upeka? Would that be a way to understand it, Bante? Being selfless. Yeah.
I think the selfless has different meaning as well, isn't it? sometimes when we say self, it's like Atma. And then, so then if we say selfless, it's not like not having Atma or the self. But if I put in this way, self-identity, we build the identity with what we have and what we achieve and not. We basically, we are proud of our status, what we are doing and what we are having and what we are achieving. And remember the fourth jhana describes that when we come to the deep level of samadhi, that means we are not into dukkha, we are not into happiness, neither happiness, no unhappiness there. And then it means completely completely free from happiness and unhappiness both. That means the equivalence, or that means upekka. That means free from suffering and unhappiness and happiness both. That means we are not fall into any. Simply not being biased. In another way, so I'm not attaching to myself. Neither I do for others.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I think, yeah, it's clear the word now. Second question is really, I mean, you said Buddha introduced those four things as a gradual path or gradual. Does it mean that you have to follow that order, or can somebody be more upeka without being karuna or without touching on the other three? Is that
Uh,
this?
That's a good point. Actually, gradual means that samatha and vipassana also, it doesn't matter how you start and how you carry on those practices, because no need to follow the order. There's no such order actually, just a statement there. And then, and in my understanding, the practices that when the time that Buddha has uttered those is different today, because the environment is different, the wisdom is different, and the everything is different, but the quality of the practice is the same. Dhamma is akalic and timeless, but it can be applied at any time. But the surrounding and the capacity or the environment can be completely different. So it doesn't matter whether you practice uh, metta and then karuna mudita upekka, or if you are able to apply it differently, that would be okay too. There's no such order, but when we do samatha and vipassana, it's a gradual practice.
Thank you, Bante. There is a question from Dharma Sakya. Actually, he sent this to me before also. How to practice Vipassana Dhyana? Vipassana Dhyana. I don't know what.
So if the person can speak up and raise the question, that would be
Yeah.
easy to understand,
Yes.
because I want to feel what he or she means. Because dhyana is completely out of vipassana.
I don't know whether Dharma Sakya, are you there? If you can put your hand up, then I can get you to speak. Right. I will take the other questions till maybe we are able to get at him. That is from Shivani Vijayaratna. Bante, can you please explain how one could practice antidote of jealousy, mudita meditation?
That's a good point. So remember that first try to appreciate yourself. First appreciate yourself because we all are lucky to have this human life, and try to have a type of comparison with the world and yourself, and then see, I have the ability of seeing, I have sights, and you have sights. So is there anything to being jealous with your sights and my sights? And I have the ability of hearing. Should I be jealous for your hearing? If I'm deaf, then I should be definitely be jealous with you. Otherwise, no. And then depending on what I deserve and what I have done in this life and the previous lives, then I have had my own journey. It's nothing to be jealous or nothing to be upset about it, because it's all about accepting what I have. I do appreciate what I have. Let's say so someone's skin can be maybe brown or dark or yellow or whatever. Then we just accept what I get. The only matter is we can't accept. If we accept what I get, whether I'm a tall or short or thin or fat or whatever, then I just appreciate what I have. That's physically. But mentally also the same. But when it becomes a meditation, I would suggest be more practical rather than sitting at a place and closing your eyes and focusing on it. But because there are so many practical examples in the world, live examples, and then we can use them. And you might see where your jealousiness, where your mind travels with these states. And when you see it, you will understand where you have to touch and where you have to work on it. Start from yourself and then see how you deal with others and with what others have, because sometimes those who do not look into oneself and appreciate, and there's no such appreciation for others. And even try to appreciate, you know what, being in Canada, this is my 11th year, I always appreciate snowing. People hate it. I never hate snow. Why? Because it's a fortune to have it here. Unless we get enough snow, the cultivation is completely gone for the year. The whole country will be devastated. So therefore, I appreciate it. The weather, we never appreciate sometime. We don't see the beauty of each season. We hate winter. Who asked us to come to Canada or America or wherever if we can't settle here with the nature, if we can't appreciate it? Those who do not appreciate this soil, this land, we never love our home. So therefore, we need to understand what is the importance of it. We need to appreciate what we have. And we need to appreciate what others have as well. I think there are some other.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhante. There is another question from Malkanti Silva. How do we convert from metta, karuna, mudita, and upekka to vipassana?
That's a good question. So you should organize another sermon to answer that.
Yes.
Simply, here's the thing. If you are listening now, once you are in samadhi, so you have to come to the samadhi level from these practices. Once we are in samadhi, then we have to analyze that samadhi itself by using three characteristics. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Why? Samadhi also contains five aggregates. That samadhi arose that because of the aggregates. And then if we cling to it, if we attach to that samadhi out of these four practices, that means we are attaching to the aggregates, no matter what we attach to it. And no matter how it is important and peaceful, that's the attachment. And then we have to apply anicca dukkha anatta in order to remove that attachment. Which attachment? Attachment to the aggregates. And there are some other information. If there's any other way to reach us, then we can discuss. Otherwise, so yeah. So mhm.
Thank you. Thank you, Bante. The next question is from Ranjit Tabru. Venerable Sir, what is the need for two forms of meditation or bhavana known as samatha and vipassana? Can a person not practice both forms simultaneously?
There are four ways of application of those meditations. So starting from samatha towards vipassana, starting from vipassana towards samatha, and samatha and vipassana simultaneously together, yuganadha. And you might not heard this, vipassana and vipassana. So vipassana in vipassana is not in public, but samatha towards vipassana, vipassana towards samatha, and samatha vipassana together, they are very public and well known. So one can practice samatha and vipassana both together.
Thank you, Bante. There is another question from Anoja Vijayasekara. A new perspective of samatha and vipassana. Thank you, Venerable Sir. Can you please explain how we can switch from metta to vipassana and from samadhi to vipassana? Exactly what should we do? Anapana is clearly explained, but vipassana is not clearly explained. Could you please explain in simple terms? Much merit to Venerable Bhante.
And there's one correction for the question that metta to vipassana and samadhi to vipassana something, right? So
Metta.
whatever the technique that you use, so end of the day, that leads for the samadhi. And then we use vipassana to understand the samadhi itself. And I don't know why you said that Anapanasati is well stated and then Vipassana is not. Vipassana is well stated by the Buddha. If you refer someone else's, it should be something different, but Buddha has well stated and uttered Vipassana clearly with three characteristics and five aggregates, upadana skandha. And then there are 20 type of ways to see aggregates in order to practice vipassana. And definitely we can apply, we can practice, and we can introduce, and we can actually educate you how to turn, how to convert samadhi to vipassana. Also, don't forget that if you are aware of Satipatthana Sutra, if you have gone through it, the Satipatthana Sutra directly states how to practice samatha and vipassana. Remember, Anapanasati has samatha aspect plus vipassana. and a reference that in Pali Canon, you don't see that difference, big difference, because we just read the sutra. But if you read the English version by Bhikkhu Bodhi, and Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation has two aspects, contemplation and insight. He has separated out the context, which is easier.
Right. Thank you, Bante. The next question from Janta Vikramarachi. Upeka, I understand, is to develop a balanced mind which stay balanced under ups and downs of life. Is that correct, Bante?
Yes. Once we are not fall into parts or fall into extremes, and when we are not biased, and then we understand the lives and ups and downs, and we face them understanding wisely. So the mostly what happens with us that we don't apply the wisdom when things are happening. Let me share this quick story. One day, a meditation master was just wandering around his monastery, and he noticed a monk who was so unhappy, and he approached him and asked, "What happened to you?" He said, "Oh, my meditation was so dull last night," and he was so upset. And then master said, "Don't worry, that will change soon." And then he kept walking and noticed another monk who was delightful and then enjoying and happy. And he asked, "What happened to you?" Then he said, "Oh, my meditation was so successful last night." Then teacher smiled and said to him, "Don't worry, that will change soon." So then we have to accept what we get, what we receive, no matter what. And we need to understand things are subject to change frequently. They never last.
Bante, there is another question. These are anonymous attendee. Venerable Bante, for Samatha, the object is the breath. And from there, we gradually develop to Vipassana. Realizing Upekka at one point during this practice is the moment we change from Samatha to Vipassana.
Mm-hmm. Is that all?
That's all. That's all. Yes.
Okay.
Samatha.
So there should be a way to do that. There should be some teachings like from different teachers, and I cannot give an exact answer without having enough information of this question.
Right. Okay. If you have any explanation, please put it down on the Q&A and send it. The next one is from Violet Rajagopal. Bante mentioned something on Samadhi, like not to hold on to it, for example, during Samatha. Please re-explain. Is applying Vipassana in a Metta Bhavana means during the practice. Is applying Vipassana in a Metta Bhavana means during the practice.
So when we practice samatha and get samadhi, and it can be from metta or karuna, whatever the practice, and we get samadhi, and then we use vipassana techniques to analyze that samadhi. And analyzing part is a different thing from samadhi, because samadhi is the object there. to get samadhi, we have to work on it, and then once we are there, then samadhi becomes an object. And then we use the tool to analyze the object. Tool is the vipassana. And again, I think the same thing is repeating. Samadhi means the aggregates. Tool is the three characteristics.
Right. Bante, the next one is from Shenya Poonam Krishtombo. In the practice of samatha, how do we identify during the process whether we have attained 4 jhanas? What are the distinct overt signs that indicate the achievement of each jhana?
That's a very good question. I would rather ask to practice than answering and putting those details out, because I can share the information of jhana and what's happening there, but each person might have different experience of jhana, and I can clearly explain how it rises, how they rise with the practice. And don't forget that all of these samatha practices has jhanic qualities, and every practice, every samatha technique leads for the jhana. And let's say metta, karuna, those practices directly, they direct us for jhanas, not only anapana. And the some of the details, how and where we get it, is quite dependable, because it depends on the person's level. I can say this is this level and that level, but it can be an imagination, those who practice, and they never get the levels then. It's only the imaginations, end of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Bante. The next question is from Dr. Vaishali Galdani. Bante, my question is about the Brahma Viharas, specifically regarding mudita, within brackets, sympathetic, appreciative joy. If someone has achieved success through wrong or unethical means, and we are aware of it, how should we practice mudita in such a situation?
To be honest, this is not to correct others, to correct oneself, to heal myself, rather than looking at others and what they do and what they done to us. It's about myself. It's about how I should heal myself, and I'm not going to heal others. If I'm able, I will. My first concern is myself. And then applying, let's say that even metta. So applying metta, we say, may you be well and happy. It doesn't matter whether you be well and happy, because I can't make you well, I can't make you happy. It's up to you. But why I practice? To make myself well and happy, to stay away from enmity and jealousy and those things. It's all about myself, not about others, or not correcting others. It's up to them.
Thank you, Bante. The next one is the last one, Jayanta Vikramarachchi. Generally, I understand that general meditation do activities mindfully. There is walking meditation, and you can cook your meal mindfully, etc. Am I correct?
If I heard the question correctly, yes, That means being aware of and maintaining the mindfulness, awareness, and simply being contemplative what we are doing.
Right, Bante, I think we had a lot of questions that were coming. And I don't know whether anyone here on our panel whether they want to ask any questions. But otherwise, I will invite our committee member Kamal Nilavira to pay merit and thanks giving to Bante for this very excellent Dhamma talk, because on the Samatha, Vipassana and the four sublime abodes, understanding their different roles, because I think it was something, as was mentioned in some of the questions that were asked, a little different from what the normal practices have been, or more normal Dhamma talks that have been given. But we definitely feel that this will help our Dhamma friends who have been listening to it to improve their meditation techniques, and also to achieve what was finally meant in the four areas, the four sublime abodes. So thank you very much, Bante. So I will now invite Kamal Nilavira to pay Thanksgiving to Bante.
So thank you, Professor Lakshman. And also, firstly, we want to thank our committee member in Canada, Mr. Seneka Samarasinghe, for organizing Bante Susila for the Esala Poya Day Dhamma talk. Bante Susila, it was a very, very interesting Dhamma sermon given by you about the understanding and the differences of the four sublime abodes, Samatha and Vipassana. So I hope that you will join us again in the not too distant future to give us another Dhamma sermon. We had over 180 Dhamma friends today listening to you directly on the Zoom link today, and I think that being a working day, it is quite important milestone for us. And lastly, I want to thank Professor Lakshman for organizing the Dhamma talk every month and for getting us all organized, and appreciate that very much. And once again, many thanks, and I wish you good health and be able to propagate the Dhamma, do the work in North America. Thank you very much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Kamal. Bante, if I may just, that since that first question that was asked by Dharma Bak Cha, the question, he sent me some details. I'll just read it for in the event that Bante would be able to uh, give an answer. He says his question, I have asked this question to number of Theravada meditation teachers. The question is how to practice Vipassana Dhyan. Then he goes to explain, I am still not sure how to practice it. I was told that in Ajahn Chah's tradition, they do not have any special technique. You just practice bhavana, sit quietly, and when your mind is quiet and peaceful, insight will arise. Then in Sayagi Yuba King, stroke S.N. Goenka tradition, it is systematic observation of sensation in different parts of the body. Then one of the senior monk from Amaravati Buddhist monastery in UK even said in one of the online retreats that the Buddha never taught Vipassana. He only taught Bhavana. he could not find it mentioned in any suttas so far. He said if anyone could find it in sutta, he will be grateful if she can inform him. So this is really his question. Of course, finally he wants to thank Bante Susila for the very informative and very useful the Dhamma talk that was given, which will enable him to improve himself. That's Dharma Shakya.
Thank you for sending those information. And what I understand, he's curious and he's willing to learn. And also he travels around to learn. And what I can share here, jhana comes in the samatha concept. And Buddha never appreciate or encourages to develop jhanas because jhana is a lower level practice. Like it's a lower level actually, simply just primary practice. And for all jhanas and the first four and the second highest attainments, all these 8 of them are and the form and formless attainments, they all are still lower levels comparatively vipassana practice. So vipassana cannot contain any jhanic experience rather than the realization. I think what I understand here is you have mixed up with vipassana and samatha because vipassana is simply analytical knowledge to understand the reality of the factors of this journey. It's like yeah, it's not experiment, it's an analysis of the journey. And if I say this way, vipassana helps us to going back to the origin and understand how we should uproot ourselves. And I would say rather than we better settle somewhere and then maybe practice little more rather than wandering.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bante, for clarifying that matter. I think some of our Dhamma friends want to find out whether the recording is available. Certainly, once the recording is ready, we will send it to all those who have been listening so that if they had missed a part of it at the beginning, they will be able to listen to it. So once again, thank you very much, Bante, and also we pay much merit to Bante for this very excellent Dhamma talk, and especially on the Samatha, Vipassana, and the four sublime abodes. I think, as I said earlier, it gave a new direction and new thinking for all those who are engaged in the meditation practice. So we've now come to the closure, Bante. We will now pay merit to the Devas and the departed. And can I invite Bante to undertake
Yeah.
this?
So let us share these merits with all heavenly being deities, and may they partake and fulfill their wishes, and may they protect us day and night. With that intention, we may transfer merits. Akasattha cha bhummattha deva naga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiram rakkantu sasanam chiram rakkantu desanam chiram rakkantu mang paranti. As well as let's share these merits with all departed beloved relatives and friends. In loving memory of them, may they partake these merits and fulfill their wishes wherever they are. Idamme ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. So finally, Thank you, Professor Vatavala, and thank you, Mr. Senaka, for inviting me and organizing this Dhamma sermon. And thank you for all the participants. And by the power of this accumulated merits, acquired merits, we all are be able to overcome this samsaric cycle and finally attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silissa niccang uddhapachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balan ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti minate samijjhatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So thank you very much once again, Bhante, for uh, making available the valuable time to give this discourse to our Dhamma friends. I am sure that all of them have really gained from this Dhamma talk that we had on the Esala full moon Poya day. And we pay much merit to Bhante and for success in all the Dhamma programs and also the very useful programs that Bhante is carrying out in Canada. And we do hope that when Bhante comes to Sri Lanka, we will be able to invite Bhante and to have a physical session with Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, and see you sometime soon.
Right.
Thank
Thank you very much, Bhante. So we will now end our session, and let me also thank all our Dhamma friends and also our committee members for all the support, and also for Mr. Senaka Samarasinghe for the great work he has been doing in inviting Buddhist Sri Lankan Buddhist monks who are overseas and doing a great service in the Buddhism. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, Lakshman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Kamal. Thanks, Udaya and Senaka and Guru and all others who are present here, plus
Thank you.
also the others who sent a lot of questions. And I think it was very useful and we were able to get the correct answers. Thank you.
Excellent.
Right.
Very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
then.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Senaka.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So we will end the Dhamma talk then.
Okay.